In this video, I'm going to show you the extrude command. So with the extrude command, the way this works is we're going to have a 2D, just a flat 2D object. So what I'll do to draw that 2D object is I'm going to put myself back into my top view. The top view is just a regular 2D drawing space, drawing on the X and Y plane. And let's see, I'll just draw some lines here. So I'll start off with the line command. We're just going to kind of scribble scrabble something here. There, C for close, that's just drawing lines. I'm also going to draw a polyline. So take another shape and we will draw C for close, a line and a polyline. So the difference between the two, remember a line command, every time you click it starts a new line segment, whereas the polyline, when you click every time, it's making one long continuous line in that shape. So now that we've got a couple of objects drawn here, we're going to put ourselves back into that 3D mode. So we're going to go southeast isometric, and they're just flat. As you can see, if I were to hold down shift and press my wheelie ball to do a little orbit, I can see they're just perfectly flat. So I've just drawn perfectly flat 2D objects. But I want to show you what happens with the extrude command. So I'm going to click here on extrude. What that's going to do is it's going to take a 2D object and it's going to give it depth. So I'm actually going to, let's see, let's make a couple of copies of these things. So make a few copies over here. All right, so extrude, I'm going to select these objects and I will press enter and look what happens. So it is technically giving it depth. It's kind of a cookie cutter effect though, don't you see? It's got, you know, it like extruded the lines so they actually have a thickness to them. They're tall, but it's not a 3D solid, and so we're going for a 3D solid. What it's actually doing is, if you come over and kind of hover next to this or click on it to highlight it, you see a little grid on that. That lets us know that's what's called a surface. And so if I were to click this and right click, let's go to properties and look what it's telling me. I can look in here and I can see that that right there is a surface. That is technically one way that you can do 3D. This is still considered three-dimensional objects. It's just not a 3D solid. It's just like having just kind of like empty shells of walls with a hollow object on the inside. So what we can do to fix that is the extrude command needs to have a polyline. So I can watch what happens when I extrude. This one is a polyline. I'll click on that line, press enter, and then when I pull it up, you see the difference between that. So I've got just surfaces that are 3D, or I have a completely solid object. When I click on this one and right click, go to properties, you can see the difference up here. It's telling me it's a 3D solid. So close this out. What can we do to fix that? So what you can do to fix it is, let's go ahead and there's a couple of things you can do. If I come in here and draw a region, and it's this little, you can type R-E-G-I-O-N, or you can click on the little icon here. To get to it though, you have to get where it says draw. We're gonna pull that down and select that icon here. What the region does is you highlight all those lines, press enter, it makes a flat surface on the bottom of this. So if I come in here and look at this and go to, go to properties, what does this one say? It tells me that it's a region. So it's kind of just like a flat surface area that I can extrude. So when I say extrude, now I can select, I don't even have to be on the edge, I just select the region itself, press enter, and there we go. I was able to extrude that object by making it into a region. Another thing that I can do is take those exact same lines and I can use the join command. So the join command, I'm gonna go to my modify, click on this little arrow to pull it down, and there's two arrows that are touching each other right here. That's the join command. You can also type J, enter to join. And what I can do here, select these objects, press enter, and it just joined those into a polyline. So you can make a polyline out of, as long as it's a closed off object, you can make a polyline with the join command. So I'm going to come over here, use the extrude command, select the object, press enter, and there we go. I was able to do it. So it's taking these lines and either making it into a region or a polyline, or I could just start off with a polyline. Now one thing I want to show you here is if I were to draw a circle right in the middle, and I come back over here to do my extrude command, and I select this polyline, if I wanted that circle to be a hole in here, I would have to, if I extrude up, I don't even see that circle anymore. So I could extrude this object down whatever size I needed. I could also extrude that circle, press enter, and notice it's going to stick out down here. You see how it is it's a cylinder now. So if I needed that cylinder, that circle to be coming out of the surface, or maybe I need to subtract it out so that it's a hole, I can extrude that circle. And then I can use my subtract command. There's a whole separate video teaching you how to use the subtract command, but subtract, we select the object we want to keep, press enter. Oops, hold on. Subtract, select the object we want to keep, press enter. Oh, at least two solids. No, it's not wanting me to do it. Okay. I am not. Oh, that was the union command. Oops, I kept clicking on the wrong thing. Okay, here it goes. The subtract command. Select the object you want to keep. Press enter. Helps if you press the right icon. And then select the object you want to subtract. Press enter. And that's how we get a hole through there. So you can extrude a circle to become a cylinder and then subtract that circle out, and that's how we get holes in 3D. So that's it. That's the extrude command. The next video we'll go over the press pull command, which is similar to extrude. I think it's a little better. So anyway, just wanted to cover that for you, how that works. Just remember with the extrude command, you cannot just extrude, well, you can extrude just lines, but you see what happens, you get a cookie cutter. It needs to either be a region or a polyline in order to be able to extrude it. One more really big important thing is the extrude command only extrudes up on the Z axis. So do you see how my Z is the one pointing here? Wherever my Z is, that's the direction that I'm going to extrude. So if I had an object that was rotated and is not on the XY plane, I will not be able to use the extrude command. I'll have to adjust my UCS to be able to use the extrude command. So so that the Z is the axis or the plane that's going to be going up to do that extrude.